Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video I am going to talk about the recent title tracks that have been released by our soloists or groups. I am going to give my opinions on the songs, but before that I would like to mention the obvious that these are my opinions and you are free to disagree with them or mention your own opinions in the comments down below. So let's start this with our soloist Chungha, who is emerging as one of the best and successful soloists in the present time. Snapping is the title track of her mini album. This one is frankly amazing and hooked me from the first note. She does some endearing vibrato in the chorus and changes it up for the bridges. Not only that, but she manages to sound quite fierce during it. This song is a serious bop. Unlike her bubbly summer tracks of last year, Snapping is fiercer and more intense, perfectly captured by the dark tones that underlie each frame. At its heart, it's a performance video. To her credit, Chungha maintains a fascinating balance between strength and vulnerability, both in dance and voice. While she is in full-on boss mode whenever she dances with a group, her solo shots and close-ups tell a different story as they are packed with more emotion and personality. The scene of Chungha falling without any semblance of control is so striking because it stands in stark contrast to the powerful image she builds throughout the rest of the video. The choreo doesn't look very challenging, but I can't deny it kept my attention. Her facial expressions definitely make her dance moves come alive, and her experience shows in the way she works her body to achieve certain effects. I've had issues in the past with how Chungha's vocals have been arranged pitched at a level that seems to strain her voice. Snapping does a better job utilizing her talents. Chungha dominates both the song and video with undeniable presence, and elevates what can be a rather forgetful track for some people. Snapping's main issue, then, is its bland melody. I'm thankful that the song isn't yet another beat drop chorus dance track, but the hooks we do get are too subdued to land a pun. But other than that, I absolutely love this song and the album. The artistic decisions made throughout this MV are charged with purpose, and this is indeed a very successful comeback for the flourishing Chungha. Based on a 90s hip-hop concept, the MV is both nostalgic and innovative in its timing, and, once again, I-DLE tackled a distinct concept that adds to their unique palette. In addition to past release Señorita, both Lateta and Han have stood out from one another for their differences in genre, musicality, and even aesthetic. In terms of musicality, the song breathes fresh air into K-pop's current girl group discography with its chosen genre. The track makes further use of various instrumental elements, such as drum, bass, strings, piano, violin, and old-school DJ record sounds that somehow even made it into K-pop. Additionally, the instrumental fortunately works to highlight rather than obstruct or cover the members' performances, syncing with their distinct voices and parts. Every member's voices and parts were well heard in the song, making it a solid and memorable listen. Another factor to point out is the camera work, which was a key factor in having the MV stand out. A good chunk of the MV was dedicated to showing the girls from the ground up, as opposed to simply utilizing that angle occasionally. This angle was usually used with all the girls present, as opposed to solo shots which zoomed and drifted in multiple directions. By capturing isolated shots amid a mostly consistent landscape, the viewer was able to focus on the member alone, having familiarized themselves with the setting beforehand. While it was refreshing to see the members embrace such a distinct concept, the execution of it was admittedly slightly lost towards the end with setting. But other than that, this song is also a bop.
Uh-oh.
Heartbeat by BTS is also added into this video because why not? The song opens with spacey, atmospheric synth that instantly conjures the kind of fantastical images found within the music video. The rest of the verse is moody without being dark, a slow burn before the chorus's resounding percussion takes over to guide the rest of the track. The melody here feels a bit hesitant, which is perfect for its role as a game OST, and the guy's performance has a satisfying build that makes the gradual climb worth it. In fact, Heartbeat's strongest asset is its sense of snowballing structure. This isn't some big power note ballad, but it doesn't stay in one gear either. The instrumentation grows along with the track, led by that powerful synth line but eventually incorporating cinematic, distorted guitar as well. BTS have a great vocal line for songs of this style. Heartbeat gives them a chance to release something that capitalizes on this. The music video opens with BTS performing in front of thousands of fans, fondly known as ARMY, in sold-out stadium concerts. The video soon cuts to a parallel universe, where the 7 artists embrace their alternate personas from the game. It picks up pace from the second verse, where 7 worlds align, entering into a cosmic realm. The music video dwells deeper with what could be considered as references of previously released BTS tracks such as First Love and Whaleon 52. At one point, the music video mirrors the time from when the group would practice together, prior to their debut in 2013, to their current reality of breaking barriers and records one track at a time. With the lyrics, the track, through evocative melodies, leaves the listener feeling nostalgic. It's a solid pop track and a tearjerker for ARMYs. I love this song and it's added into my favorite BTS songs playlist. Musically, Side Effects is unique in that it doesn't follow the traditional song structure. There are no distinct verses and choruses, but rather sounds like a space between the start and end. When paired with the music video, the beats of the song matches with the constant flashes and cuts between scenes, building a jarring effect. This causes the listener to always feel uncomfortable while listening to the song. This discomfort is a feeling one has when doubting their choices, never fully confident in their decision for the fear of failure and inability to overcome the challenges at hand. Despite conveying their overarching message through side effects well, I must admit that the song and music video were not easy to go through the first time. Of course, they were brave and took a great risk in exploring a new style of music, but because the entire song on its own is so unnerving and jarring, it makes listeners feel uncomfortable and disoriented. Side Effects is definitely not a song you would use to introduce Stray Kids to first-time listeners. I absolutely love the beginning of this song, it's so good, it is definitely movie soundtrack material. I honestly like the verses more than the actual chorus of the song. It's not bad, but like I said with the intro, it's like that drop, it's very abrupt and I think I'll need to listen to it a few more times to actually start to enjoy it. The dancing was the highlight of the MV. And we got to see plenty of it. These 9 boys have some serious moves, which is part of why I like them. And the choreo was solid here as well. My problem with the MV is that there's a whole lot of nothing going on. My interest flagged, and while there was a ghost of a plot, nothing really stood out until the end, where the keys were sitting in a pond. So I'm hoping they do a little more with their next MV. But as I already said, I love the choreo of the song. Through this comeback, I believe that Stray Kids will continue taking bigger risks in their music, but only time will tell whether these risks are worth it or not. But other than that, kudos and much love to Stray Kids. Considering that expectations for Somi were high, Birthday is not a bad debut at all, both in terms of production quality and individual style. Musically, Birthday perfectly reflects Somi's playful and mischievous character, giving her plenty of space to shine with high vocal melodies and rap parts full of attitude. While the drop in her rap lines are the highlights, she performs well throughout. And the song flows smoothly and cohesively from beginning to end. It's catchy enough to keep listeners coming back, and those who don't know who Somi is at the beginning will definitely know by the end. The MV, while fun, is the weakest element of the debut. Somi herself performs well in front of the camera, as she always has, but the MV is a visual overload. There's just too little content to make it particularly interesting or rewatchable. Somi changes outfits too many times to count, and while she looks great in most of them, there is too much visual information to process, it would have been more effective to choose 2 or 3 memorable looks instead. The same goes for her sets. There's no narrative, and considering that Somi is a great dancer, disappointingly little choreography is shown. Though the MV leaves something to be desired, overall Birthday is a solid debut. It's full of the exact kind of spunk and attitude that Somi herself radiates, and in that sense it's ideal. She can stay true to herself while establishing a fairly unique style. It plays perfectly to her strengths, utilizing her English skills, vocal tone, rap ability, and most importantly, her larger-than-life personality to maximum effect, successfully differentiating her from the crowd. Having been around for several years, it's easy to forget that she's still only 18, while the concept might have seemed immature from an older artist. Somi is in the perfect position to adopt this kind of image. It leaves her with plenty of space to experiment and mature with future songs, and the success of her debut makes it certain that those will come soon.